How did the Viking invasions reshape Europe? Often, we tend to focus on the destruction of the Vikings, but although this is what they're known for today, it greatly overlooks the complex ways they impacted European life in ways that had nothing to do with violent attacks on Christian institutions and other easily destroyed targets. The Vikings' innovative strategies and colonization of the continent shifted the political center of gravity from southern to northern Europe. They did this by bringing an end to the Carolingian domination of northern Europe, reshaping the map by settling and establishing new kingdoms throughout Europe, and third, transforming the culture of Europe and transmitting such cultures through technological innovation, literature, and trade. And this all happened in the Viking era of 789 to 1066. First, from 786 to 1066, the Vikings fundamentally transformed Europe, and their rule was best viewed as a transition point. It changed from the fall of Rome to the High Medieval era, and it came before the Age of Exploration that followed, and started all in Lindisfarne in 793. Following this, they helped bring an end to the Carolingian dynasty and moved the center of Europe further north. Notker the Stammerer, a biographer of France, tells about the start of the raids on France. At first, it was thought they were merchants to unsuspecting targets, but at one such of these invasions, they realized that the boats had the wrong shape and speed for that. According to him, Charlemagne said that, quote, "Those ships are not loaded with goods, they are filled with savage enemies," unquote. Charlemagne also supposedly knew that he didn't have to be too worried about his own death, but he was worried for what awful things would happen later on to his descendants and to his nation's descendants. And according to these French records, the Danes were the most fierce. Second, the Vikings reshaped the map by settling and establishing new kingdoms in Europe. Quote, "The Vikings were the preeminent explorers of their time, being the first to discover the Faroes, Iceland, Greenland, North America, and Spitsbergen, the furthest point north that had ever been reached," unquote, according to Michael Lemerle. In 840, they founded Dublin, and there's still a lot connected to their ancestors there in their names. It's even in less expected places had they reshaped maps, because some of their words even made it into Old English. Third, the Vikings transformed Europe with their technological innovation, their literature, and trade. They had brought on new technology using weapons now with carbon, which made it a lot stronger. And they also brought about new forms of trade with their big ships, and which were very efficient and could be taken almost anywhere. They also had commercial innovations further than this, such as inspiring a lot of different types of coins to be made because they had brought this from other places. But even bigger than either of these was the architecture. Quote, the Vikings were technologically advanced in construction techniques for their time, unquote, according to Michael Limerow. And they also had innovations in literature. Which can be seen in the Icelandic sagas, which are still popular to this day in Iceland. And women played strong roles in many of those, despite the common thought that may be a new idea of strong women in literature. So although we tend to focus on the fight, stab, violent side of the Vikings, and which certainly was a part, far more important was their innovative strategies and colonization of the continent, which shifted the political center of gravity from southern to northern Europe by bringing an end to the Carolingian domination of Europe, reshaping the map by settling and establishing new kingdoms, and transforming the culture of Europe through technological innovation, literature, and trade. Thank you.